Boom shakalaka, where you there? Wagwan, it's Catch Up Fridays, man.
Welcome back to part 2. This week we're talking about sex. How spicy.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Goodies!
But before we get into that, we have 2 boys and every day is an adventure with them.
Oh yeah.
So we're adding in a new segment called The
Bailey
Bailey Bundle.
Bundle.
Right, so the Bailey Bundle, and in this segment we just talk about, or we share a story with each other about our kids, because this is one time that we're together and maybe we haven't been there for all adventures. So
our boys are really energetic, and so especially
Kalina is energetic. Kavika not so
is
much.
energetic. He does his little fist bumping.
Yeah, but
thingy.
he's 10 weeks, so he can't be energetic yet.
But one of the things I realized Kalina is doing nowadays is we have a chair in the dining room.
Oh my word, yes.
And I didn't screw back the screws in the bottom so that the seat doesn't come out. So he's popping out the seat every day now, lifting out the bottom to climb in and climb out, climb in and climb out.
I think like he's working on his climbing skills.
Kinda, but it's just so weird how he goes in, out, to like perfect his skill.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but he takes the chair into the kitchen to stand on it to start washing the dishes. I mean, that's a plus, but I don't want him to break any glass.
Truth is, we know he isn't gonna be interested in washing dishes for a long time, so it's a plus now. So the funny thing that happened with Kalina this week, we got a new screen door for our home. Because when Kalina was crawling, ever since he was crawling, he found a way to break out of the first one and crawl outside.
Which was just a wooden one with a soft mesh.
Because we weren't thinking, oh, we need something powerful for this baby. We were just trying to give him more air.
Exactly.
Anyway, so we got a new screen door, so this way he wouldn't escape. And he found out that he couldn't escape from the screen door. So what he did was...
this one is a metal screen door.
Right. So what he did was he took the remote, the TV remote, and... Because there was like a little opening at the bottom of the screen door and dropped it outside. And I think you were inside the kitchen, so he didn't come to you. So he came to me and he was just like... That's Kalina word for help, help, help. So I went with him to the screen door, and... all this time when I was there picking up the remote, he was just watching to see how I opened the door so he could try to do it next time.
So kind of zooming in on the lock.
Oh yeah, so his brain is just it's outside this world, but he's smart. Kids are smart. They really know what they want, and
watch out, guys. If you have kids, watch out. They're watching you and they're gonna figure things out very quickly.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't realized that by now.
So that's Bailey Bundle for today. Yeah.
Alright.
Tell us if you like this segment. But let's get into it. Yeah, let's get into it. So last week was really good because we got some feedback about just the fact that we were candid about it. We talked about sex. It's legitimate in marriage, but people don't feel that they can talk about it in marriage. They feel like it's awkward, which it shouldn't be, because sex in marriage, that's where it's supposed to happen.
True.
Right? So now we're talking about how spicy. Like, should you explore? Should you... Teko and the awkward. Should you explore different things? How do you keep it lively? How do you keep things going? And I remember someone messaged us, and that's something that you guys can think about too as well. If you have messages, questions that you want us to answer, if we don't know the answer, we'll find the answer for you. But send us a DM, and then we'll try to answer those questions. But someone messaged us and was just saying, how do we do that in a wholesome way? And I was saying, sex has to be explored, no matter how, no matter what stage in the relationship. It has to be explored. It has to be, changed, tweaked throughout the marriage for both persons to enjoy it. What do you think?
I think so. You're on the marriage bed, so I don't think you're married to each other. You can't really defile the marriage bed, so to speak.
Well,
unless unless you take somebody inside that you're not married to, which I would say, no way, Jose.
Well, you know why I disagree with that. There's this article on in Focus on the Family. And Focus on the Family really does have good articles on this. But they were just saying that there are some things that you shouldn't do that would probably make it uncomfortable for both parties. And I love that they said you should try to use the level of the more conservative partner. So if I'm more conservative or he's more conservative, we'll use his level or her level to gauge what new things we try.
You don't want your spouse to feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, what is this we're doing?
Right. Or you don't want to introduce something in there and then the person feels inadequate because you're adding something into it.
Did you guys know there's a sex position called the cowgirl?
Oh my gosh, what is that? What is
it's
that?
True. I'm sure some of the ladies...
I don't know it. Oh my word. This is so awkward.
Okay, so I mean, it's easy to think of a cowboy, riding, but the cowgirl.
Oh my word!
Of course, there are women out there who love that position too.
You did research.
Of course, you have to do some research.
Tika did research for this video because I've never heard you talk about the cowgirl. But yeah, I've never heard about that before. But yeah, I think with different stages, that just threw a loop at me anyway.
So you're talking about Focus on the Family.
But yeah, if you think about different stages, right? You can't do the same thing all the time. That's what I'm thinking. Pregnancy, you have to do different things. Oh my goodness.
Pregnancy, just know that your sex life gonna change. Because when that belly's out there, you gotta find new positions,
you have to find different ways. And I mean, not that it's always enjoyable in sex, but if you think about the fact that one of the ways to get this baby out is by doing sex,
my goodness,
you'll figure out a different position just to have that baby. Yeah.
And wouldn't you say that worked? Like our midwife was like, make sure you
our midwife is something else.
Our midwife is just a sex activist. She's like, make sure you have a lot of sex if you want this baby to get out. And the truth is, we've had 2 babies so far, and it worked. It really helped.
Well, that's what he thinks. That's what he thinks.
It did.
I guess it just helped to take your mind off the fact that you're waiting and waiting and waiting. But let's talk about that in the home birth video. Because we need to do a video on home birth. Yeah. So, how have we been doing with trying different things to keep it spicy?
I think maybe we could... I think so far we're doing okay, but we could spice up or some more.
I think the problem is that we're just tired with 2 kids.
Yeah. And then you get tired too, and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah, I think in the years to come, in the future, it might be a little bit better.
There's different, like, there's the froggy, there's the doggy style.
But it's not just positions though, like
things
that you can do.
I think, I'll just come off the position.
Exactly, because clearly he did research.
But I think, as we said before in the last video, some of the warm-up techniques, how do you inspire your spouse? How do you get your spouse to be more engaged and turned on,
Right.
And then, obviously you can't buy rose petals every day or every night. But once in a while, just pop out the red carpet treatment. Think about how you thought of the person when you just got married. And, every once in a while, do something like that that you did in the early parts of your marriage.
I think that's such a good point. I think what happens is that sometimes we get a little bit too used to our spouses that we just think like, oh, it's just you. But we don't think about them with fresh eyes, which is good because you've matured in the relationship.
Yeah.
But you don't always think about them with fresh eyes when you just got married to them. And there was all that passion there. And this is 5 years in, so... you feel like you shouldn't be saying that but it does happen.
Yeah.
So I think intentionally thinking about your spouse with fresh eyes and like, oh, we just got married, then that would probably give you the energy to...
Like, do I still do stuff for you? Like, like bring roses or flowers in the room or...
You bring flowers, flowers, but I think like what I was saying in the last video, it happens usually when you want it to lead to sex.
Usually?
Sometimes. You know it's true.
Not
so because
always.
I know I'm just like, yeah, thank you.
But not always.
Not always, but sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just know what your spouse like and get them something like that to like perk them up. To,
do you
like,
think foreplay is a necessary thing, or you don't have to? You can just move right into the act.
I think foreplay is very important, but there are days when you're just tired and you just want to go straight to it. Mind you, the next person might not be enjoying it as much as you.
Exactly.
And I think that's mostly for the guys. I think sometimes as men we forget that the foreplay is so important for our wives, and we just want to jump right into the meat of the matter.
And I think we should make generalizations too, because sometimes for men, some women just want to go straight to it, and some men need the foreplay too.
Well,
yeah, you know?
That's true. But I know men love to just jump in it too. So, I mean, that's what I hear a lot of guys say.
That's true,
so.
yeah.
Not every guy, so not.
I think an important thing as well that we should just reiterate with both videos is that sex isn't something that it's not just something that you tack onto your marriage. It really is a cornerstone in your marriage.
It is.
It's what separates people from being roommates. That's part of the intimacy, and that's part of the glue in the marriage as well. And you might have to work on your mindset on how you view it and how you really participate and commit to it.
Yeah.
But you really need to see it as something that you're serving each other with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some days you might just do the act for doing its sake, but it really is a fundamental part of marriage, and really should be, I'm serving you, you're serving me.
I think thinking about how spicy to make your sex life also is just discussing it, because different people come from different backgrounds, you know. Some of us were very promiscuous before we got married.
So true.
So I think,
and some people very conservative.
You don't want to take promiscuity into, or let me say, the mindset of a promiscuous person into the marriage bed. So
give me an example, like what you mean.
What do I mean?
Yeah. Because I feel like promiscuous is kind of vague.
Yeah, maybe that is vague.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the thought just came to mind where, you know, for example, some men were just wild out there, and they never had any sort of self-control or any sort of balance where the woman isn't just
an
object.
Okay.
And so you kind of take that into the marriage bed or marriage, so to speak, and so then you don't always value your wife for who she is as a whole person. So the act of sex is received as a
it's just for them, not necessarily for her.
Yeah, you know, so the act of having sex isn't received as like a gift or as a blessing, as something that enriches you, but the person starts to be feeling used.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. And that was one of the things in that article as well. Like, don't let it be something where one of the parties feels used or feels like they're an object.
And I'm not hitting out on the guys, but I'm just speaking from a male perspective. I have brothers, so I know, and you know, I have friends, so I know.
Exactly.
I can't speak for the women. You know, Gabrielle would have to talk about that. Yeah. So I'm not saying women don't do those things, but I'm speaking directly to the men to say your mindset have to shift to know this is your wife, she's special, she's worth more than just sex. So when you enter into the act of sex, it is something enriching, it's life-giving. You're not just taking from her, but you're giving and I think there is something in that enriches the process, and you begin to experience things that you never experienced before, and your sex life actually, like, whoa, I didn't know this could be taken to another level.
Exactly.
You just think it's like,
and I think is a change in the mindset to actually think that women should enjoy sex as well. Don't you think so? Like, it takes maturity to recognize, oh, it's not just about me, but the next person should be enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it really is a service for both of you.
Yeah.
And it really is an act of love, and that's what separates us from being roommates. Because you don't sleep with your roommate, but with your your husband and your wife. That's the glue in the marriage. So yeah.
So back to spicy. What would you say we're doing to spice up ours, or have done to spice up our sex life?
I know the little notes here and there, trying different things. Of course, you know, having our midwife for one, like different people encouraging us to do different things. That's been helpful.
Yeah.
It's very helpful to talk to other people, because then you recognize, like, okay, we aren't the only ones. And then when you just have room to be candid and ask the questions, and you don't feel so afraid to try different things.
I would say one thing that helped to spice up our
and being spontaneous too, like being spontaneous. Like, I know there's sometimes when you feel like you want to plan it and you want it to happen at a certain time in the day, or just, be a certain way, but being spontaneous.
Different places in the house.
Oh my gosh.
I remember when we went to Honolulu, when I was doing my surgery.
You're gonna tell the people something on camera?
I don't care. I remember when we went to Honolulu, just getting away to a new environment, to a new place, that really gives you a boost in your sex life, because you're in a new environment. It's like, it just kind of ups everything.
It does.
And the experience is a lot better. So every once in a while, if you can afford, you don't have to go anywhere super expensive, like, but just get away, go somewhere, break away from the routine.
Break the routine. And like we were saying in the beginning, don't just break the routine when you want to do it. Have those spontaneous moments. Really connect with your spouse in an authentic and deep way. And some things just naturally lead to sex.
Sometimes, I mean, having a calendar could help. Some people might be against that. You can't really plan it out. But until you get into that routine, you maybe say every 3 months, let's find a new place to go and do something. Just different things that you can do to help prompt yourself to remember these things are important, because life is busy. Life has so many distractions and so many demands. You forget, like, oh my gosh, this is an important area of my life.
And if you're just starting out, you just feel awkward sometimes. You're not as vulnerable. So just trying new things, saying yes more often, that is helpful. That sounds like, I think we covered. I think we covered most of it.
That's from our experience. Exactly. I mean, other people out there doing other things. So you can tell us some of what you're doing.
That's true.
And how you spice up yours.
Because maybe that could help us.
So we can share some of the information.
Right. DM us with things that you're doing. We didn't actually settle on a tagline. No, you people
guys,
didn't
help us
even
with the tagline.
engage.
We still have
one person did send us one to say blessings. Until next time, blessings from the Baileys. But I don't know if it was really.
I think we want something more sharp, more catchy.
Maybe.
But
so I guess we can just say boom shakalaka.
And if you don't want to help us with the tagline, we'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out.
So if we don't get it by this one, we're gonna make a part 1.
So tell us, what are you guys doing to keep it spicy, steamy? If there are any questions that you have and you don't necessarily want other people to know, we just cross your name out, share it with other people, so they might be asking the same questions as well. So
you know there's a sex position called Scoop.
Let's not listen to Teko on any more sex positions anyway, because he was doing research. But it was good talking to you guys, and we'll see you